Hello and welcome Ramadan Mubarak to all of you who are celebrating. Right now it is the month of Ramadan, which means I am currently fasting. Fasting entails no consumption, meaning no food, no water, no Advil from the hours of sunrise to sunset, which in Calgary is approximately 16 hours. So it's tough, but you know what? I've been feeling really good, and in feeling good, I wanted to kind of share with you guys my current go-to makeup routine. I have definitely switched things up a little bit. I've been going for more kind of a glowy complexion, something that's making me look a little bit more refreshed, more awake throughout the day. Now, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. And if you like this video, then definitely go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Now, without further ado, let's just jump right in. Now, to start off with the base, I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Hollywood Flawless Filter in shade 2 Light. I want a nice glowy complexion, so I'm actually going to apply this all over the face. And just kind of dab it on, and then I'm gonna rub it in with my fingers. I find that that is the best way to apply it. Just gonna tuck my... Now this stuff is a little bit tacky, so it works wonders underneath the foundation. So I actually use this almost as a primer. I'm gonna make my life a lot easier and put my hair back. Now that we have that down, I'm gonna take my Lancome, this is the Teint Idol Ultra Wear in shade 210 Buff Neutral. To apply this, just gonna spread it across the face. And using my dampened beauty sponge, just dab it in. And you can just see how well that Charlotte Tilbury is looking underneath the skin. I absolutely love this stuff. Another good one that works well is the Becca. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid. This works really well underneath foundations also. I find that the Charlotte Tilbury one though just has a little bit more tackiness to it. For under the eyes, I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Magic Away wand. I find that this really brightens up underneath the eyes, and I do need it. I don't use this all over the face. It just works absolute wonders on the eye area. I get very dry, so this is quite moisturizing, and I don't get any dry patches whenever I use this. And blends out beautifully. For concealing up any red areas, I'm going to go in with my Nars. This is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer in shade 2 Vanilla. And just using my dampened beauty sponge, I'm actually going to go right into the product and just kind of dab it into the areas that I need before going over with powder. I find that using a beauty blender just allows me to have a little bit more control, and it gives me more of an even look and blends out just a little bit nicer. Now, before going in with the powder, I want to lay down any more liquid products that I might have. So I'm actually going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Hollywood Beauty Light Wand. She did come out with 3 more shades. I just still love the original one. And just applying that onto the high points. And again with the beauty sponge, just blending that in. I want to be as glowy as possible. I find that it just makes my skin look a little bit more awake, especially right now with fasting. My skin tends to look a little bit more dreary, so I need that extra little bit throughout the day. That is the absolute most beautiful highlighter. This is the best one I've ever used. Now moving on to the powder products, I'm gonna go in with the Dior. This is their Universal Contour Palette from their Backstage collection, and just with my contoured brush, I'm gonna dip into these 3 shades here. And just carve out those cheekbones, giving my face a little bit more dimension. And giving my face a little bit more color too. Now for the powder, I've actually been loving the Laura Mercier. This is her translucent pressed setting powder. And I recently got this. I normally stick to loose powders. I wanted to try pressed powder because I've heard some great things about it. And honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to a loose powder again. This stuff just makes my complexion look flawless. It smooths everything over and is so easy to apply. Another thing I had been noticing as well is that I was getting oily throughout the day. So I wanted to switch my powders up and see if that helped, and I have noticed a huge difference. This compact also does come with a, let's open here, a little powder puff also. I just prefer using my beauty blender because I'm using it for everything else anyways. For blush, I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Blush in Mood Exposure. And just taking my Sephora Pro blush brush, small blush, close enough. And just patting it onto the apples of the cheek, just to give a little bit more of a flush. All right, and there you have it. So complexion is all done. This is how I've been doing it for the past couple of weeks. I'm really enjoying how glowy it looks. It definitely makes me look a lot more alive, a lot more awake. Once my complexion is all finished, I go straight in with my brows. I typically like doing my brows after powdering because otherwise I'm just gonna get powder all into them. So I have to brush away any excess powder. And sorry if my eyebrows are a little crazy right now. I am trying to grow them out. Now I don't completely draw my eyebrows in. I want them to look as natural as possible. So I almost just kind of brush the color in with my natural hairs just to kind of thicken it up a little bit. And making sure that you brush it all through. I'm not a huge fan of brow gel, so I don't typically apply it. I don't like how stiff it gets on my eyebrows. It bugs me throughout the day. I just can't stand it. So this is most eyebrow stuff that you're gonna get from me. Moving on to the eyes, I haven't been doing anything too crazy. I want something very nice, light. So I'm gonna dip into my KAJA. This is the Mochi Glow highlighter in Toy Alien. And I'm just gonna apply this actually all over the lid, just to add a nice kind of sparkle. It's very subtle and the glitter in here is super, super fine, so it's not like heavy chunks by any means. And as simple as that. For eyeliner, I'm gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs. This is their Highliner Gel Crayon in black here. And just drawing that onto the outside. Of the lid and taking a small shader brush here. Just creating my wing. I do it this way because I want almost like a very light kind of smoky effect, as opposed to a dramatic black wing. Just like so. Eyelash. All right, and there you have it, a nice, very soft black liner. And just curl the lashes. For mascara, I'm going to go in with my Lancome Monsieur Big. I am back on this train. I was trying out some other ones and honestly just nothing works as well as this. And last but not least, some lip gloss action. This is going to be Dior's Addict Ultra Gloss in shade Nude. I've been really into using glosses lately. I've been trying to stay away from the mattes just because my lips have been so dry. And yeah, definitely Dior is where it's at when it comes with any sort of lip products. Their lip products are amazing. They're super hydrating and they last quite well. All right, and that is it for my quick little get ready with me. Again, this is what I've been doing so far this month. I am really enjoying it, especially the complexion. I'm finding that it's keeping my skin looking very refreshed, making me look very awake, which is what I am in dire need of right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you have any comments, definitely go ahead and leave them down below. And if you have any questions or ideas for me for a next video, then definitely share them. I'd love to hear those. Otherwise, that is it, and I will see you all again soon.